I was taken out of time for another reason, and I have every intention of finding out what it is.
Welcome everyone, this is Master's Joke, also Master's Joke 75 on Instagram. So making that Doctor Who, the movie VHS Woolworth special video last week, I definitely want to get it. I'm gonna find it. I'm still not convinced whether the actual whether the video that I saw on eBay was the actual Woolworths version, but I'm going to check out some toy fairs and just see if I can find it. I mean, I might get lucky and get it really cheap, seeing as no one even knows it exists. But when I get my one, it's going to be in good condition. I appreciate all the comments, and I'm still working through them. I'm trying to work my way backwards, but I only really get a chance to look at the comments at the weekends, and I try and answer every single comment. Even the funny people who tell me to get to the point. 4 minutes in, get to the point. Yeah, honestly, I laugh at them all. I think they're all great. I appreciate all the comments. So I am gonna work on them at the weekend. But someone in the comments, they actually mentioned that they have actually got a copy of the Woolworths VHS, and it doesn't glow up anymore, which is probably just about right. I mean, we're talking like 1996 here, and I imagine it was the powdered, because I haven't responded to this guy yet. I just saw it, and I will respond to it. But I imagine it was just the powdered glow in the dark. I used to get it in the 80s and the 90s, so some kind of glow in the dark powder on top of the Doctor Who logos, possibly around some of the photos. And it kind of dries up and doesn't work. But yeah, I want to get it. But the other the other thing is, I also need to look at my Doctor Who video, because I haven't opened the video boxes. They're on the shelves, and then I've got Blake 7 in the loft, and some other Doctor Who videos up there, like duplicates. But apparently there's a condition that affects some videos, which it's basically where the videotapes have kind of gone all mouldy. It was Time Lord who actually showed me he got rid of a lot of his videos. He kept one or two, but one of his videos that he bought back in the day, back in the 80s, it's got all mould inside it. So I need to inspect my Doctor Who videos, because I don't watch them. Although I do own a VHS recorder, I don't watch them because they're available on BBC iPlayer, and I've got the Blu-rays and the DVDs. But I do need to inspect my videos to make sure they've not gone mouldy. I'd be horrified if that was the case. So hopefully they're all right and my collection's intact, and I can add the Woolworths exclusive glow-in-the-dark video to the older video collection. But getting to the point, it got me all nostalgic again for the 80s and the 90s, and I was thinking back to why is Colin Baker my favourite Doctor? Because he honestly is. I love Colin Baker. But then it got me thinking back to 1986, which was the year that my dad first got us a video recorder, which meant I could video Doctor Who for the first time ever and re-watch it, and also buy the actual videos from W.H. Smith's for $9.99. So it was a very important year. And then Trial of a Time Lord, which I was able to record and re-watch. I must have watched it a million times, which is why I loved that whole season, because I still call it one whole episode. But then I'd forgotten about the Golden Wonder. The Golden Wonder Doctor Who promotion with the mini comics. So I've mentioned before, my mum and dad didn't have much money back in the 80s. I had my two brothers as well. They had to buy stuff for. So we always, my mum and dad always went to Sainsbury's on a Friday, and sometimes, well, the majority of the time I'd go with them. But similar, I don't know if you've seen my Shreddies video, but similar to Shreddies, when the Superman 2 movie came out, and they had the General Zod transfers, and you had the image on the back where you could put the transfers on there, and I begged my mum to buy it for me, even though I hated Shreddies, and I don't think I'd ever tasted them, but they were disgusting at the time back in the early 80s. It was similar to the Golden Wonder. Like, I loved Golden Wonder, but I'd only have Golden Wonder crisps if the odd occasion that we'd go to the railway club in Enfield, because my dad was a train driver, so we used to go to the railway club, usually just in the summer, and he'd get me like a lemonade and a bag of crisps, and I remember it was always Golden Wonder. But normally, the normal shop, we would get just Sainsbury's Own, no problem, nothing wrong with that at all. But when the Doctor Who promotion came out, I begged my mum, can we please get because it had to be like a family 6-pack of crisps, and I think because this was November, this promotion came out in November 1986, and you've got to remember that Doctor Who Trial of a Time Lord with Colin Baker was still showing. I think the final episode, was it like the first week of December? It might have been the 6th of December, something like that. That's when the episode ended. And at the time, I didn't know that it was Colin Baker's final episode as the Doctor. So good to see him back in power, the Doctor. But I had no one had any idea. Not even Colin knew that it was his final episode. But I absolutely loved that promotion. I didn't get all the actual mini comics. So I think I got the one with the TARDIS. I remember that one clearly because I loved the image, because it was. I was sure. Because you didn't have access to the internet back then, but I was sure it was the same image as the Caves of Androzani. And I didn't have many photos of the TARDIS. I used to like drawing Doctor Who and Daleks and the TARDIS, but I didn't really have many images. I had a couple of editions of Doctor Who magazine, like the summer and winter specials, that my dad had picked me up on his way home from work. But that's all I had to work from. So when these comics came out, and the comics, they weren't great, but the art was amazing, and I loved the drawings of the 80s Five Doctors TARDIS interior, and Frobisher, the Penguin, just great times. But I think I only got I've still got them. They're up in the loft, but I only got must have been like 3 comics. It might have been 4. I think I got 4 comics, and then it came to me. So back in the 80s, when I was buying Star Wars toys in the big massive Tesco sale, 69p, let your eyes be your guide. So this would have been just after Christmas 1984. I remember swapping some of my He-Man figures with my best friend at school for some of his Star Wars figures. But I always wondered, I'd forgotten what had happened to my little Masters of the Universe mini comics. And then it came to me only yesterday that the reason I have none of them whatsoever is because I swapped them all for the Doctor Who mini comics. So I had 4 in total. So I think I got 2 from the I think I got 2 from the actual crisps themselves, or it might have been 3. I think I got a duplicate, so I got 2 of the same. But the TARDIS one, the one with the TARDIS cover, and also the Attack of the Cyberman cover, because I don't remember what numbers they were, but they were actually it was a friend at school. he had them. He had no interest in Doctor Who whatsoever, but he brought them in because he got them free in his family packet of Golden Wonder. And I remember showing him my He-Man comics, like probably months before, and he said to me he would swap them. But I was so desperate. The Cyberman one looked fantastic, as well as the TARDIS one, and they're the ones that I really wanted. So I swapped this. I swapped 2 He-Man comics for the TARDIS one, and 2 He-Man comics for the Attack of the Cybermen one. And to be honest, I don't think that was really a fair deal, but I was so desperate to get them. And I know that my parents, you know, they got a couple of family packs, but you know, they had to be mindful with cost and everything. So, and the promotion didn't go on forever. It wasn't like a massively long promotion, but I do remember that well, and it just came to me about the He-Man mini comics. Why I didn't have any left over from the 80s. So yeah, I've got a handful of these comics in the loft, but I'd like to get the whole set. So I thought I'd have a look on Evil Bay, and they're going for all different prices. But I mean, I know you can probably pick these up at Toy Fairs. I've not seen them at a Toy Fair, but I've not really been looking for them. But because I'm in a nostalgic mood, I thought I would have a proper look on Evil Bay, and you can buy them individually. So if I do bother to get them down from the loft, because they're all in like used condition, I could buy the missing ones. But I mean, they've got one here which is actually signed by Cyberman David Banks as well as Colin Baker. And it's such a good price. I know it's only one comic, but then you can buy like a pack of 6 for like £20. So I'm thinking purely for nostalgia, and I think a lot of these are sealed, so you can actually, because if I remember on the back of the comics, I'm sure it had like I'm sure there were some Doctor Who questions, and then you could actually slice. There was like a seal on the back, so the comics were all kind of sealed, so you could actually just cut along the little seam on the back, so you could actually open and read the comics. But I don't, some of these comics, I mean, obviously if you want them immaculate, some of them are like ridiculous prices. I don't think they're worth £60 for all 6, even if it is like with free postage. But yeah, there's a good deal there. Just 6 of the comics for £20. And the thing is, because these were Doctor Who magazine stories, I've mentioned my cousin before, the one who lent me the 5 Doctors, and who's also the same age as Doctor Who, born on the 23rd of November 1963. But he gave me the actual Doctor Who graphic novel with the stories in. So I've read the comics before. I think I've still got them. I think they were in black and white though, so I don't know when they were actually coloured. But I do like the art. The art looks great, and whoever did do the colouring in did an excellent job. But yeah, no, I just thought I'd share that with you, because I'd forgotten all about these comics, and it was purely doing that 1996 Woolworths video. It kind of got me thinking about the Colin Baker, and then I just remembered about the actual the promotion that Golden Wonder did, and yeah, it was absolutely amazing, and it's so great to have Colin Baker on there as well. And that's possibly another reason why I love the 6th Doctor, and this promotion that Golden Wonder did, and I remember seeing it because I used to get, you'd get comics and like magazines back in the 80s. I think I used to get Match and Shoot back in the 80s, Well, I got shoot and my younger brother got match. We used to pick it up from the newsagents, and this is such a wonderful advert that Golden Wonder did. I love it, and someone's actually selling like a reproduction of the advert, which I think looks absolutely amazing. So there's a lot of merch you can buy, and also it was nice to see that you can actually buy the actual family packet as well. I thought that was a nice touch. And the thing is, they're not cheap, but someone has actually held on to these empty packets and kept them away. Put them somewhere safe and flat, so they can charge what they like. I mean, that's the thing with nostalgia. If someone wants something, they will pay for it. I mean, one of the things that I did was when I'd loved the Phantom Menace, as I've mentioned many times, but when the Phantom Menace was released, and I bought all the figures and the toys, I also bought all the cereals as well, and I actually kept them all the boxes, in the loft. And it wasn't until I moved from my last place to this house, like 10 years ago, I just thought, I've just got nowhere to keep these, so I just threw them away, which is so sad. I sort of wish I'd kept them, because it was all like Kellogg's boxes, and I hadn't. Maybe I should have just flattened them, but they were all. There must have been about 10 of them, all different shapes, all different varieties of like Cocoa Pops and Rice Krispies, cornflakes. So maybe I should have kept them, because that film meant so much to me. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking of paying £20 for this pack of 6, because it it just brings back so many good memories from 1986. But anyway, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It lets me know you care. It also helps the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.